70% of film around the world that goes into production doesn't get released.
Doesn't.
Because they use all the money in filming it, then they're stuck, hey, we've shot all of this footage, but we need money to edit it. We need money for post.
Uzair Merchant, a filmmaker, entrepreneur, and creative visionary who launched his first company at 23, crossed 6 figures in year 1, and went on to design global projects for brands like Sony and Dubai's Global Village.
Produced award-winning films, including those shot entirely on iPhone. He's here to teach us how creativity and resilience can fuel success across industries.
Famous saying by Alfred Hitchcock, a filmmaker writes a different film, shoots a different film, and the audience watches a completely different film. Jobs was not a coder. He was the best marketing genius that you could find. He also got kicked out of his own company. He went and invested his money into what now is Pixar.
Right.
Microsoft is the reason Apple is alive.
How do you decide what to cut and what to keep the budget for?
And,
Welcome to the show, Uzair.
thank you.
So for anyone tuning in now, if they stay till the end of the show, what is that value that they can take away with them?
We're going to inspire them. And I think that's the greatest thing we can do to another human being. Let's inspire them in whatever walk of life they're coming in, industry, work, trade, age. At the end of this, if we can inspire them to go, I want to take and start one thing, job done.
And if you had to break it down into like something like 3 things they could learn from today's conversation.
How to validate ideas.
How to validate an idea.
Yeah. How to go back and build research to validate that idea. And how to be soulful about it.
Sounds good. So VoltX, big plans, budget cut in half. How did you navigate that?
It's every filmmaker's nightmare to have that situation. But if you want to be a filmmaker or an entrepreneur in that sense, that's something you have to prep yourself for. Navigating is, I think, a mental process. The first thing is you let the anxiety out of the door. And this is part of the job. You're going to lose stuff. You're going to keep stuff. There's a famous saying by Hitchcock, Alfred Hitchcock, a filmmaker writes a different film, shoots a different film, edits a different film, and the audience watches a completely different film. And this is the process of how you go. We were talking about this before, qadar. It's this process. You believe in something and you take one step forward and the universe will take one. And then you respond. And it's a dance. So I go in, hey, I need this. The universe comes back with, no, actually, you lost your budget. Okay, how do I still get what I need to get out of that? So you go back and scale what is important, what isn't. And then it's about planning of putting the ego aside and saying, what is the best thing for this art? What is the best thing for the project?
Like, how do you decide? You have a budget cut in half. How do you decide what to cut and what to keep the budget for?
So then it comes down to the most important thing, to the story. That's the most important thing. How do I tell my story? So when we lost the budget, I also lost 2 shooting days. So we shot a 20-minute pilot in 2 days.
So what were you supposed to be doing?
So we were supposed to shoot for 4 days. We had a lot more stuff planned out. And we got sponsored by Intercontinental Hotel in Ras Al Khaimah. So that's what happens when your budget gets cut. You go and pull some favors. And I think that's part of that process of problem solving. We lost the budget, but we still want this. How do we navigate? So we go to the hotel. Hey, we really want this. Okay, we like what you're doing, but we can only do this for you, which is we'll give you the 2 days, but we can't give you the days. We'll only give you the nights and we'll lock the hotel off for you. Awesome. I'm going to go rewrite the script. Same story for night.
So lower budget means you need to move to a nighttime shooting?
No, in my situation.
In your situation? You improvised by moving to a different time zone.
Different time zone to fit the location. Why? Because my location was very important for me.
And that would give you less days?
That would give me less days. That would also change my actors going in and out of their movements and their travel and all of that. And that also meant I would have to lose certain shots that I really, really wanted to get. But those are my creative processes of, yeah, I really want to get this shot. With it or without it, how does it affect the story? So you have to make that adjustment.
So it's like, which part of the story do I want to kill?
Yes. To still tell the story on the overall. And there's 2-3 ways to do it. What I like to do is I run like it in a multiple process level. Because at the end of the day, an audience is who you're catering to. And so what I did in this situation is I got my crew in. Hey guys, here's the original script. I've rewritten this. Give me your feedback. And we take it on. Hey, I like this. I didn't like this. Oh, but I didn't understand this. What didn't you understand? Why didn't you understand it? Okay, let me see how I can fix it within this world now. Till the point of, yeah, okay, this tells the story.
So you almost turn them into someone you get feedback from. You share the story and you see if they understood the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they already know the previous story, right? How do you get them to it's like if you were trying perfume, they would give you coffee to reset.
Yes, because at the end of the day, they still understand what that first story was. So they understand now the second version of the story is still emulating the whole world, but they don't visualize it because that's in my head. That's in my head.
They only know the script.
They only know the story. They don't know what the actors are going to get out. They don't know how we're going to light it. They don't know how we're creatively going to tell that story. So when they come up to me with problems, I love that. I always go to my crew and team and say, tell me what you don't like. Tell me what is your issue here. Tell me the thing that made you go, but why? I don't want to know the good stuff. That's not important to me. And that is the bit I'm going to solve, because if you had that doubt, someone in the audience is going to have the same doubt. And if you had that question, someone else is going to have that same question. So you take that and you break it down. So from 4 days, came down to 2, had to change from day to night. Okay, what is the most important in this now? The main character, we have to tell this story from here to here. But now I've got 14 hours, 2 days. I'm already 2 hours on overtime. And we're shooting through the nights, which means the hotel has a lock off. And we have something called sunrise. We can't fight it. So we have to get it in. And so at some point, even while we were filming, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do these 2 shots. I'm going to take it out. Actually, we're going to take 3 shots in 1 take. So keep the cameras rolling. We're going to move the actors and just going to run this, and I will cut it in post. Now, how do I tell that story in post? I will do a pickup later to tell another character to ask a question that I know was unanswered, and I will then chop it up later to make sure it is answered.
So you know what the audience has unanswered because you've designed the script and you're leading them there emotionally.
And I have some feedback because I've had certain questions that have come in where I'm like, I'm going to take your questions. I'm going to keep it with me because I'm going to throw these questions to myself. Hey, is this answered? Is this not answered?
And so then you make a list of all that questions that they send you and you use it to answer those questions
100%.
Throughout the movie.
100%. And then I'll get the actors to do that too. I'll get my actors to play off, because at the end of the day, it's performance. It's an art form, and they are giving my character life. So they're going to add something into me. Now I'll tell you a little thing that I did, which only our crew knows, but I like to play with my actors in reality. So in a scene of 3 people, and they knew I will do this in advance, but they just didn't know when and how, right? 3 people in a scene, 2 of them are going to do something. One of them is going to do something that the 2 don't know.
Show it to us.
Okay. Sorry, I'm left-handed, so I'm going to, okay. This is a plan view, by the way.
It's a what?
It's a plan. So it's a boardroom table.
Yeah.
All right. 4 people on this table here. Cameras here. Cameras here. And 1 camera here. Okay. Okay. So we're shooting, and my 2 characters sitting here know something's going to happen. My 3rd character here is coming in and giving information to these characters. They all know what's going on. Cool. They're following the script. Right before, this camera is looking at this character here, and I want her to give me frustration, right? What she's giving me is anger, and anger is not suiting for the character. So I go to this guy and I say, hey, listen, in the starting of the day, when we started the scene, this girl, this character here had no lines in this scene. So in the morning, I gave her lines. She's very excited. She has no idea what's coming for her, right? She's like, yes, I got lines in the scene. Amazing. She does her lines. I go to this guy and say, hey, listen, the next take we do, halfway through her sentence, cut her out. She does it. Why did you cut me out? Okay, we're going to retake this. Next time I tell him, cut her off a little bit ahead. Now when we cut and we're resetting, they're all mic'd up. So I'm sitting outside and I hear her telling him, hey, Uzi gave me lines. This guy keeps cutting me out. I was like, awesome. This time, don't even let her start. Just cut it out. So he goes in, he cuts her out straight away. She's frustrated. And I go, cut. And she goes, Uzi, man, I need to talk to you. I'm like, no, I want to show you something. And she forgot. This is completely looking at her, right? So I show her the scene now. And she goes to me, oh, that looks good. I was like, yeah, because you were actually frustrated. He kept cutting your lines. Your nostrils flaring is frustration rather than your eyes opening and being angry like you want to punch him. This is your senior in the storyline, and what you had was frustration. Boom, right there. Played them out in a way that I can get that performance out of them. And so stuff like that is what I will do sometimes to help my actors give me or feel that character more. And sometimes if an actor doesn't have the bandwidth of having that emotional database, as we call it, we put them in that situation.
But what if someone retraces inwards? Like they take that emotion in a very internal way. They're not expressive of it. Someone could be frustrated and silent.
That was not my actor. That was not the character. And
how do you, when you interview someone, do you test their different emotions and then save it in a database somewhere? Or how do you?
I will do an emotional run. And then I have actually a list that I've created of 28 questions that I use for character building that has every single thing you can imagine. Where the character's from, health, issues, siblings, no siblings.
Where'd you pull all that from?
I have created my own, like over the last decade plus of working, I went and made my own list of this is what I need. And I will use that and I'll fill one of my own for that character. And I get my actor to fill one of them. And I'm like, you're going to add this into me. And I'm going to take some of your bits and then we're going to build this character. So in a situation, it is not you responding to that situation. It is the character responding to the situation. You may not be allergic
to peanuts.
But
how does someone fit into a character that's not really theirs then?
That's why they're actors. Which is why every time I get asked to go in front of camera, I say no to act, because actors are borderline schizophrenic in a way, borderline, because they have to pull out something to make it so believable that another human being emotes through it, which is not real. That's why it's acting.
But look, so if someone wanted to turn this into a business, they have an idea, no resources. What is something that they could do to turn this vision they have into a reality? Say someone wanted to do, I don't know, a business show.
So each cinematic form has a different outcome and outline and a different way of approaching it. Also depends which point of your career you're at and what level in that process that you're beginning with.
Like how do you, if I'm doing a 9 to 5 and I'm at a job and I'm thinking to myself, I don't have any sponsors. I want people to, how can I get people to commit with me on doing this and maybe putting time with me and seeing if it works?
First question you ask yourself, you put yourself on the other side. What if someone came to me with something and asked me for my money? What would it take for them to show me, for me to say, I'm in?
Also work it backwards from raising money.
From the get-go.
Okay.
From the get-go. It's even with the crew. It's you want your people to be excited enough because they want to be there, not because they have to be there. Because it's a dance. Sometimes I have 600 people on a set that they're all creating for one shot, right? And it's the same thing with starting a business show or whatever.
So how do you put it together? Say, I don't know, someone came to you and said, I want to do #1 business show in Dubai. What would be, I don't really have a budget. I have a team around me. I'm 25 years old or 28, 30, and I go to university or I'm doing my master's. I have my friends that I met before and everyone's kind of good at something. I think I have a team together, but don't have money.
Yep.
I have an idea about what we want to do.
Yep.
We think that business is a growing niche and we want to put together a show. What would be like the kind of steps, walk me through that process of actually getting the money then or pitching to an investor?
So we can start with a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So first thing, idea. What is it? What's the novelty in it? What is different about this idea that doesn't exist? If you can't answer that, you're already done. Second, a logline. For anyone that doesn't understand, a logline is basically in under 30 words, you describe your show. And there's a science to writing logline. You don't start writing a script if you can't write a logline. You can have the best story in the world, If it doesn't fit a log line, doesn't work.
So could this be like in my LinkedIn about section?
Yes. Yes. Exactly. That about section is your log line, right? So in a log line in film, you want to have certain things for sure in it. And that's the science behind it. Who is the protagonist, the antagonist? What is the protagonist overcoming? Where? And what is the point of what you would say resolution or conflict
You have to answer all of these.
in that log line? So example, business show you said, right? A young Emirati struggling in Dubai, trying to start a diamond business.
Yeah.
So
So raise money is for his startup to go a bit more.
right.
Yeah.
So protagonist, the young Emirati, where is it happening? It's happening in Dubai. What's his conflict? Is he's trying to get it out of the door. What's the resolution? Is what the show is about. What is he overcoming? Financing. Right there. Right? Now you're going to answer who's the antagonist. In this situation, if it's a show because it's a business show, that's going to be your investors because they're going to play the bad guy. They're going to be the devil's advocate in this.
Antagonist.
Right?
Nice way of putting it.
And you have to have that to come up with that. Now, once you have that log line, what you then need is a synopsis. Now you start to break it down. Then you go into format. What are the formats that you fit in? And you need to know that. You need to research it. Are you in the under 25? Are you in the feature, which is 60 minutes and above? Is it a docu-style?
So is it you try different formats until you find the one that clicks?
No,
or how
you have to research it. What is my show? If someone's pitching to you a show or a business idea for this show, they need to know where they stand. Is it like Shark Tank? Or is it like The Apprentice? Completely different formatted business show. Very different outcomes. The Apprentice is about the main guy who's going to hire his next number one or number two. Shark Tank is about how do these investors see novelty or areas where they can take a brand and 10x it, sometimes 100x it.
Right.
And it's about visibility, right? Sometimes a show like Shark Tank gets people that go in and they don't even get investment, but their business triples because visibility. And so that's a whole different format. So now you're solving in this show, hey, we're giving young businesses the opportunity of visibility.
Exactly.
Okay, then who are the people that are going to back this? And why should they back it? Because we're giving them a first in, first out. We're giving them the novelty of, hey, we're going to find you the next unicorn. Why should they come on the show? Who's going to fund the show? How much is it going to cost? Where are you going to? Now you start getting into the meat of it. Cost, location, and then you start breaking it down. And by the time you get to that, you're going to get to, okay, this is what I need to make this happen. Oh, it's going to cost me $1 million. Someone's going to say, hey, you know what? Not bad. I'm going to give you 250. What are you going to do with it? Two things. Oh, I can't make the show, but I'll take that as seed money. I'm not going to use your money. I'm going to go to the next investor and say, I've already raised the first 250 for the show. I need you to come in for another 250. Okay, but you're still down 500.
Your ask was 1 million.
Yep.
But you can get away with 250, and then you take it and you put it into basically into something like this, where it's 25%, and you try and fill up the rest. How do you fill it up then?
Now you have to do this in 3 different ways.
Okay.
One is sometimes you don't need cash. Sometimes what does the money require you to get from
People
point
mostly.
A to B? Right?
People and equipment.
A to B.
Yeah.
In this, because it's a business show, I'm going to ask the next question. Is this show a B2B or a B2C? Because you can now start tackling that in. If there is an aspect of B2B and B2C in the show, now I can get the next 25% with sponsorships.
But how do I choose the sponsor that's going to sponsor my show?
Relevance. By saying, I'm going to go and put this on the show, and if you put your branding in, you'll get visibility in. Guess what? They're going to ask you. Sponsor's going to be like, where is this airing?
That's an important question, right?
What is
your distribution?
And yeah, who's going to watch it? How for me to put in a 25% worth of something into your show, 1 million people going to watch it? 2 million people? 3 million people?
What is the impressions?
What is the impressions? Impressions is more, I would say, an online thing. But also, if you look at like TV reach, right?
What is that measured in that?
How is that measured? And sometimes, so for example, you may have a American burger brand, right? They're going to be like, but your audience is the Middle East. Does that work for me? No. However, if you find an American brand that is currently opening a new branch in Dubai,
They'd be
hey,
more likely to sponsor.
we want this because we need the market. You're going in the market that we're going into. So guess what? You're the right fit for us. That's part of that process. Then, okay, we need equipment. We need stuff that's going to go in there. How do we get that? You go and you say, well, I wanted 4 cameras, but we can afford 2. Can we get a third one maybe at a lesser rate? Who else do we know that we can get on? How do we then tackle in by maybe tapping in through universities, through, again, sponsorships?
Universities will give you equipment that they're not using?
No, but if you take on students, they might be able to rent out equipment. And trust me, it happens too.
Yeah.
It's because students can rent out equipment. And so if you're that on a tight budget and scale, now guess what? I actually can shoot with 2 cameras.
Right.
And I can create a second small unit that's doing all my pickup shots on the side with a very guerrilla team that I only need 1 camera that's on sticks on a tripod and a couple of mics. But they're important for my show, which is, when you watch a show like a Shark Tank or something like that, they'll have these post interviews.
Right.
That's not hard to film. Awesome. We can sort that out. What else do you need? Oh, I need an edit because we need to edit it. A lot of projects, 70% of film around the world that goes into production doesn't get released.
Doesn't. What does it depend on then?
They don't go through the edit because they use all the money in filming it. Then they're stuck. Hey, we've shot all of this footage, but we need money to edit it. We need money for post.
So
It's a
what
big
percentage of
error.
so if you said 25% goes, so what's, okay, equipment, after equipment, then is that the budget
That will be post and marketing. And I've only split it up like this in the easiest way to understand.
Yeah.
When you actually start to break it down, different shows have completely different outlines and outcomes. Because the bigger the show, the bigger the celebrity or the star, the bigger piece of the pie they're going to want to take.
Okay, and they fall into the other bit, which is the people. So what's missing here? We have actually, no, this is the investment. But where does this half go to then? Where's the big cost? Production.
And even, for example, cast. So it comes back to this question. Remember?
So like out of 100, where does the money go?
Format. It comes down to the format. There are some shows that will tell investors to pay to play. Right? You pay to play. There are some shows wherein you want to get an investor on where you pay them to come on the show, because by having a Mark Cuban on your show,
right,
people are going to watch. But now, how do I get him? Because by getting him, that investor is suddenly going to want to put in more money.
He wants to put in more money?
Because he wants to be the main guy. He knows some people are going to watch the show. Mark Cuban's on it. So you have to play that card of what is going to make this show stick. What is going to make the show stick? Right. And then you've created a format.
But what if I want to start? I don't really have a track record of really amazing guests. And imagine 5 university students coming together, master's students or bachelors, and they're coming together and saying, look, we want to do this. We want to raise money from an investor. But how do we, with no track record, go and attract someone like a Mark Cuban? Like, is it a cold email? I know he checks that, but is that the strategy?
I want to see 3 minutes of something. Go out and shoot something.
Okay.
If your job is to go and shoot, go out and shoot me something for 3 minutes and show me what it's going to look like.
What would you break that down and explain that process?
So go out and shoot what you'd call a sizzle reel. almost a pilot in some instance. And what you're trying to show is this is kind of what the show is about. And sometimes it doesn't mean you have to go out and shoot it. Sometimes you can use existing footage that's out there, cut
Like
it up.
B-rolls?
B-rolls, existing footage, cut it up. This is the style of my show. For someone to put in money, remember, a business person or an investor is not coming from a creative background for them to get into your head to understand how. You have to bring them into your world.
No, it's so weird. I went to you say this because I went to a pitch competition a while ago and I saw people pitching. And it was pretty interesting that this one team, they came at the very end. I remember waiting, thinking, nothing from this is memorable. I think if you can pick up one or two things from a 2-minute pitch, that's something good.
That's it.
But the issue is most people come, they get nervous, they start reading on the board. This last guy that came, he just said, look, guys, I know you heard a lot. I don't have much to say. If you can watch the 30-second video, I'll just introduce my team after and we're good. He put a video on the screen. It kind of showed what the future looks like when his app that he was trying to build actually takes over. Vision.
Correct.
And he took a step back and said, look, this is us. You can connect with us later.
That's it.
Who do you think had the biggest line of people waiting to meet?
Definitely him. And there's only one reason. He had vision. Because he went through this process. So everything that we just spoke about, he showed you in 30 seconds. The idea, the log line, the synopsis, what format, all of it was there. And then if you would have further to ask him, what is it going to cost to get you from here A to B? He would have given you the numbers broken down for it. So he had that.
So he didn't bother with putting that on the screen, like everyone else was doing. Our top line, our this, our that. He didn't really go too much into that. He kind of sold the vision. And you're saying lead with that because then you get the person to ask the next question, which is you've got them interested, right? You didn't bore them from the beginning.
There's two ways a format gets made. People either believe in the creator or the idea. If they believe in the idea, not the creator, someone's going to say, hey, you know what? I like this. I'm going to buy you out right now. Walk away. Walk away. That's happened with me. And
so you do a format, a whole pitch, and then they just take the idea and they go.
They're like, so when I started out, I started building out my own Marvel universe 10 years ago. And at 22 years old, I went out and did a pitch and someone offered me 7 figures and said, walk away. You're too young for this. And I laughed and he said, why are you laughing? I said, I didn't come here actually for the money. You know why I came here? Just to see if my idea will stick. And you just proved to me that my idea sticks. So thank you. And he was shocked. He did not expect me to say it. He goes, you're 22 years old. Like, no one's going to give you this offer. I was like, no, if you did now, the place where I'm going to go to, I know people will double it. But you just gave me what I needed, which was that
validation.
Validation. And that's if you know your idea. The other side is someone goes, hey, you know what? Take it. I'm going to go do something else with my life right now. It's that thing of what you started with. If you have a 9 to 5, and this is a side thing, then it's a side thing. When you come into this world, it's a commitment. Like, I don't work. I don't consider myself working. I create constantly. Doesn't matter. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I've never had a full-time job. 18 years in the business. This is what I do. Waking up at 4 in the morning and say, let's go to a pitch and let's script. Let's do it. It's not a job. So if you're coming with a 9 to 5 mentality into the creative world, you're going to first have to change that. And I'll tell you how. I have one rule when I teach at universities, and you're going to love this one. And I love putting it in this scenario is you will never say the term think out of the box ever again. Ever.
Why?
You say that in my class, that's the only thing that gets you kicked out, right? Only one rule. And the idea is this. We go back to changing colonial mentality from the get-go. Think out of the box. If you hear anyone say that, ask them 2 questions. Is there a roof? And where's the door? And they're going to look at you like, what? You just said, think out of the box. Where does your box have a roof and where's the door? Why can't it be a circle, a triangle, a weird shape? The idea is to think freely. If I'm already in that box, you already put me in a 4-cornered wall that I now have to step out of. Starts from there. If I'm going to recreate this box, I saw the show, I can go do my own version of it. No,
So how do you do it then? How do you approach creating a show?
From the get-go. What is the point of it? What is that logline? Why are you doing this? See, it has to come from a place of purpose. If it's, I'm doing the show just to make money, well, you put it out in that way and be honest about it. Listen, the show has zero integrity in it. The show is purely to go viral and make some money.
Which also, it's a business.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's part of
For
business.
some people, you can take a lot of money from there and go and do something entirely
Yeah,
off
yeah.
that.
People like moving stuff from market to market. If you had to sell an idea in a different market, you've done, you've been, if you had to go now and start something and sell it to a new market, like you want to set this idea up in a new market, what are things like, how would you create a global brand?
First thing I do, and I take a lot of pride in this, is research. Know your audience, know your competitors, know them in and out. Take a brand and see where you, for example, let's look at a brand like Apple, right? Hey, I'm starting a tech company. I want to be the next app. Okay, let's go back and see how Apple started. Let's go back and see why they started. It was Jobs and Wozniak. Jobs was not a coder. He was the best marketing genius that you could find. Right? He also got kicked out of his own company. At some point, he was taken out of Apple.
Right.
Do you know what he did at that time? He went and invested his money into what now is Pixar. Right? He went and did that is now Pixar. At the same time, he went and studied calligraphy.
Right.
And then came back when Apple called them. And you know the first call he made when he came back was to Bill Gates. And he asked Bill Gates to keep funding the Intel chips so that Apple doesn't run out of money because they didn't have the money that time. And so actually, Microsoft is the reason Apple is alive.
No way.
And they both said this on a stage together. They had a conversation.
But why did they keep the competitor going?
Remember, at the end of the day, they both helped each other grow. It's that back and forth that helped the world. It was Apple versus Microsoft. You're going to come up with something new. I'm going to come up with something new. But they still had respect for each other's work, even though they didn't really get along for a long time. But there was a respect. So he made a personal call and he kept funding those chips. Then in the 80s, Steve Jobs spoke about something where in the next few years, we're going to come up with a device where you can hold in the palm of your hand like a book, and it will have all the information and it will have everything that you need to access data. It was the iPad. Here's what also people don't realize. He actually created the iPad first. And I think it was a week or 10 days before launch of the iPad, he called his team and said, everything that we've done, put it into the size of a palm. And that gave you the iPhone. Therefore, the iPhone released first. So when the iPad came out later, everyone was like, oh, they just took the iPhone and made it bigger. Actually, it was the reverse. But he secretly broke another market. He broke the telecommunication market by doing that. That was information. That was data. Awesome. But he's like, I can do that by breaking another market in. So you go study a company like Apple. Okay, where are we starting? Where are we going? How did they evolve? What did they use as their value props?
So there's marketing for the product and marketing for investors. Which one are you talking about?
Both. Absolutely both. Because if your investor knows, hey, you're following this path and this line for this company, yes, you have a vision of where you want it to get to. Right. From the other side, it's also the product side. Hey, our products are going to be now that good or that different to then go out that other side. How do you balance both? Is one has to play with the other. The investors have to first be convinced that there is something valuable here. Along the way, maybe the product you set out with is not the one you end up with.
Just it rarely like is. Yeah.
Right? It's not the same one.
Rarely is. Yeah. You get hit by something called reality.
Then you've done your test, your market research, and all of that. It's changed. Now at that point, you're listening to the audience. Because now you can prove to your investors, hey, we're going down this path, but this is what the people want. So to market that product, why am I doing it? Where is my target audience? Where do I sit in that ratio? Is there an age, 18 to 35, 18 to 50? Who's going to use it? Steve Jobs, when he came out with the iPod, his target audience was up to the 30s. Everyone's going to carry an iPod. Game changer. I'm going to give you millions of songs in your pocket. Game changer. But he knew that this is where it's going.
Yeah.
So you got to do that research of understanding where is it coming from and why are we going there? What problem are you solving?
Tell me something. You've gone deep into the business side of things, but now I want to talk to you about the role of AI and creative. And how do you see that intersection? What parts do you think will be amplified for human experience?
I think it's the first time in human history where no one can really predict the future. And I think it's a, to me, very exciting time in that sense, and also a very scary time at the same time, because we don't know where it's going to go. However, if there's one thing I can tell you, and I spent a lot of time early on in my life in tech, coding. In fact, I was VR game testing here 21 years ago in Dubai,
Cool.
full haptic suit, VR game testing. So when I was living in that world at that time, everyone's like, this is like gonna take so far along in the future. We're here, everything's there. AI is a tool, just like we've built tools over the years and centuries to make life easier and move. Let's go 1,000 years ago. It would take you maybe a year to go from India to America by boat.
Right.
Now we fly
Yeah.
very quick, same day. So we use the tool to get from point A to point B. The thing with AI is because there is a certain intelligence in it, you have to respect the intelligence and understand that it can surpass what human beings are currently capable of. And there's a very scary part in there.
What's the scary part?
Is if it's in the wrong hands, the use cases of it can be lethal.
I want to ask you something on in terms of if you have a person who's creative and they want to take advantage of AI.
Yeah.
How would they use it to their advantage? Could it be used to cut down time for certain tasks?
100%.
When it comes to like, should I, if I'm into creative, should I be looking at AI like, no, it's not original. I shouldn't deal with this. I should do everything manual. I shouldn't use AI for my script. I shouldn't use AI for editing my stuff. It should be all based on my instinct and my personality. Or no, should I go ahead and take full advantage of every tool that's available, or maybe even develop one? How do you see the technology and AI for people who are in creative?
I heavily use AI. I was actually beta testing a few softwares 3.5 years ago, like Runway, if you've heard of Runway. So I was beta testing Runway.
What does Runway do?
It's a video generation software, right? So you can use it to literally create images, videos at very high quality. Now, the new update that came out 2 nights ago, actually, called Aleph on it, you can actually take parts of certain areas and mask out and completely change lighting and add rain and stuff like that.
In actual edit.
In actual edit. straight
So
away.
if I'm sort of just graduating now and I'm not too much into AI, what are things I can download and use that'll actually give me value today starting out?
By the way, there's an AI tool, and if someone wants to research, there are a couple of websites that will list out for you all in any field you go to. There's an AI plugin, and I'm talking not just creative, right? I'm talking from business to Excel sheeting to all of it.
Did someone put it all together somewhere?
There are a few, like if you actually even Google all the current 50 top AI softwares for all industries. By industry, it's split up. So whether you're in accounting, a lawyer, a doctor, there are AI softwares. Let's look at how to use it. I use it heavily, but I use it on a first research ideation process. And for me, it's a dance with AI. I treat AI like having a 15-man team sitting with me permanently that I'm just bouncing stuff off, right? That's it. I'm playing with you. Give me feedback, give me feedback, give me feedback, give me feedback. Here's a sketch. What'd you think? Here's a sketch.
Take a picture of it and you
Take a sketch, yeah, put it out. There are times where I've done projects that in the past have taken me, say, 20 people and 2 months that I've done with 4 people in 6 weeks. Use cases of AI. But there's a morality line there. And I try all the time to get young artists to always start with morality. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your soul for the idea of becoming famous, to become viral.
Where's that line? Where do you see that you tell yourself, wait a second?
Is why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So yesterday I read a post with the new, the new chat ChatGPT got an update, right?
Yes,
GPT-5,
5, yeah.
right? So there was a guy yesterday. He posted going. He wrote to ChatGPT going, give me a tweet for X, which was Twitter, that will make me go viral. And it did. It gave him one, which was, America has become the salvation of something, 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 right? And it did. It did actually give him his highest, views and stuff on it. Why? He did that as a point of research, and he put it out to the world saying, hey, look, it worked like this. Now, if you have someone just doing that to be famous, you've not solved anything. All you've thought is about yourself. And I think coming back to the core ideation of, well, who are we as human beings? We were created to live with each other, with compassion, to solve problems, and to actually help other human beings. So if I'm not doing that in any way, that line is crossed.
Okay, so you're saying if it becomes about self and less about purpose, and the purpose is selfish, then you should not be using AI in that part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because that's the line of morality. Is, am I doing this just for me? And when I say just for me, again, there's a starting bit. Hey, as an artist, I want to get some ideas. So I'm using AI. I'm doing it just for me. But I'm just using it for ideation process. I'm not going and saying, I did this.
Right.
This has come from me, because that's then false statement. It's then you have to disclose, like now, even in the Academy Awards, they've now allowed use of AI in film, but you have to disclose where you've used AI.
So you're saying for the research part,
ideation part.
do you create like folders in your GPT and input things into it?
I have trained a lot of GPTs. I have a GPT for each kind of style or even project that I work in. That's like my personal assistant that will just keep running in. So every time, for example, we're doing a film right now between Taiwan and Jordan. It's called Masala Boba.
Masala boba.
Yeah, and it's the first time this collaboration is coming in. And so I've created a GPT that basically went and watched and studied every single action comedy film in that genre, answering all of this, and I keep feeding it data. And every time
So
I
you
do
create
an
an
update,
agent that goes and does all this?
Yep. So so create an agent, and then I keep feeding it. So every time I do an update, I'm like, hey, I've updated this, put it into your base. I've updated this, put it in the base. And then sometimes I'm doing a bit, I go into the agent and go, at this point in the scene, what conflict have I not resolved?
Right.
Hey, this is unresolved. Oh, cool, thank you. I'm gonna go and resolve it. I will not ask it to resolve it for me.
You ask it what you haven't resolved.
What I haven't resolved. Then I give it my resolution. How does this resolution stick in this conflict? I will then take feedback and say, in the current world of my film, now rate it for me out of 10. Does this resolution actually fulfill the conflict? It will rate it for me. Then I'll go, how do I make it better? It will give me an option. Okay, cool. Has this been done before? Show me where. Oh, now I'm not going to do it, because I'm using AI to tell me where to draw that morality line.
So you're not going to copy someone else. But then you said put it into 3 minutes and send it out.
Yeah. It's, for me, it's that bit of I've constantly got something that I can keep going back to and go, hey, on the 4th version of my script, the character did this, but then we lost it in this version. How do I bring that back into this after solving all this conflict?
Uzair, I want to ask you something about, look, a lot of people watching this in the audience will probably be doing service-based work. I'm sure we all, at some point need to make ends meet and have a job and get experience as well.
100%.
How do you then transition into owning IP? You've done Black Rose and a few major ones. What does that transformation look like?
A lot of hard work. As an artist, honestly, that's the one reason I went back into education. It was no one taught me how to do that, and it's something I had to learn along the line. So for me to build my own IP, I had to recognize first, hey, I need to build something that I can own. So before doing that, I actually opened my first company in Dubai, and we grew it out. And
How old were you at the time?
My first company in 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we crossed our 6 figures in the first year, and we started doing brands, and a lot of big brands and governments.
Movie?
From cinema, movie, corporates, production designers to do a lot of stuff in bills. like Global Village, I was telling you, stuff like that.
You had the
Um,
Global Village for how many years?
this is now 15, 16 years now, still
Wow.
designing.
You designed for them.
Design, yep. And then doing like brand launches for like Sony PlayStation, stuff like that. And then I realized at some point, this is great, but I'm fulfilling someone else's creative process here.
So it's about owning the creative process.
Yes, because they come to me, hey, solve our problem. I give them something amazing, awesome. Their brand value is going up. I'm sitting down here going, hey man, what about us?
Wait a minute.
It's that moment. Then you understand as an artist, how am I supposed to do that? So believe it or not, I was working, owning my company, taking jobs to keep a crew of 10, 12 people running in that time. At the same time, I was shooting outside, still working, because I was like, I don't want to tax my company as an entrepreneur to take money out of the company. So I'm going to still go make my living. So I'm shooting 12 hours a day and then spending another 6 hours in the office after doing a 12-hour
So
day
12 with the clients and then
to deal with the clients, to deal with all the process, wake up in the morning at 4, spend 4 to 6, then set up stuff for the rest of my team while I'm going back on set and working and running that process in. Because I'm going to take that personal money in and I'm going to go do experimental projects. And I'm going to go see if I can do it before I go tell someone, put your money
So what
in.
was the first thing you experimented in that, what was that like?
It was actually my short film called Chasing Lines. I shot it in Vancouver, and it's actually the second in a trilogy, and I'm doing the third one, inshallah, this year. Chasing Lines was very different for me. I shot it all on an iPhone SE, believe it or not, the cheap iPhone. And I used Einstein's theory of relativity in cinema. And for me, it was how do I explore science through my medium of art? And so it took relativity and broke it down into cinematic frames.
The
And
idea of relativity.
in film.
Okay.
And it's no post-production, no effects. It was all done in camera. So it was literally breaking the math and science down of how do you, as an audience, observe two motions of time from between while my character is moving slowly in a world that's moving very fast in shot. And I'm going to go experiment this. I have no idea how it's going to turn out.
How much is it going to cost? How much did it cost you?
I made that entire film in $4,500.
And
I shot it myself. I cut it myself. I didn't know how to cut, so I went and learned how to edit. I didn't know how to grade that time, so I learned how to go do that because I was like, I need to go do that. And then we went on a festival run. Alhamdulillah, we won over 35 festivals around the world. Got put up on Amazon. Earlier this year, it was in Venice at the International Art Fair in the museum.
the
The film Chasing Lines. Yeah.
cool.
So and it was that bit that made me go, oh, you know what? I can go do this again. And then I did it again. So I did a project called Stardust, which was the first ever NFT music video that
Nice.
went through the SEC in Canada. And for me, that time, everyone was doing NFTs. It was a big thing. And I was like, no, I want to create a process. So I created a legal structure. Again, was working the entire time. I was trading, well, very early in Bitcoin and crypto. And I would use daily trades to then go and buy costume, go and buy my stuff. So I'm like, hey, you know what?
To shoot your
Yeah, that was, I'm
and
gonna
then
seed fund.
how do you you're gonna seed fund, but how do you exit or how do you make money then once you put money into movie?
So that's a whole different process. When I did those projects, I was not trying to make money out of them. I was trying to raise money out of them.
Okay. And did you raise money with those?
Yes, not Chasing Lines, no, but Stardust, yes. Right? The idea being, how do I go in and create something to then come out the other side? The money we raised, I never accepted it. So we got money in and I turned it down because when I did my due diligence, it didn't come from clean sources.
Okay.
And I'm very, very careful about that because money is energy. And so I turned it down. I said, no, thank you. I was called crazy, but I was like, that's my world. That became another process of IP creation. Then I went out and said, okay, I'm going to now really just go for this. I'm going to go create everything. So I went and published my first book. Stardust was the soundtrack for it. Got my second book out, made another soundtrack for it. Third one's coming out next month. And I got one more. And then my entire universe is done and I can go license it out. So I went and built value on it little by little to show what it is, not for anyone else, for myself. I want to know there's worth in it. Like, leave what everyone else thinks. I want to know, as a filmmaker, as an artist, if I say I can do this, can I go do this? What am I going to learn along the way?
Yeah, validation, moving forward, doing what you love. I think it's ticking a lot of those boxes.
A lot of that. And also, the next time someone asks me, like an investor going, hey, the first question you asked me, you have a problem, how do you solve it? I could not do Vault X if I didn't go to that.
From everything, from all of your achievements, I would say, if you could go back to your 20-year-old self and tell them things to do, top things to do and top things to avoid, what would those key things be?
Explore more. Push it a bit more than I ever thought I could, and keep pushing it. Yeah.
And for anyone watching, if they made it here to the end of the conversation, what do you think is the main takeaway from it?
Reality is just a dream. Dreams become real. And I think if you can understand that process of, we create the environment that we live in, and this is a cycle that we go back and forth again and again. For me personally, my own takeaway from every time I do a project is, if I can affect 1 million minds and inspire them, I would have created 1 billion possibilities. And that's my personal take. And I think each person needs to go back and ask themselves, why am I doing what I'm doing? If you're taking something away from this, it is, you have to keep exploring it and be open to the idea for change, because the world is changing. And I don't think ego can survive in an exterior sense. In an interior sense, it must be there, because the greatest inventions came from ego.
That's true. You have a problem and you have ego to want to solve it.
Yes.
Right? If there's no ego, you just, you
give up.
You give up. You just,
exactly.
You don't
so
pay
I
too
think
much attention
internally
to
it should be there. Externally, you cannot put it out, because now you're not willing to absorb what the world is ready to give you.
Exactly. And if someone made it this far and they're not, they decide they don't want to press the subscribe button or share this with someone else, there's so much value. If they don't want to share it with anyone else, what do you want to say to them?
Well, you know what? They'll still remember, don't think out of the box.
It's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I promise you, if not today and they don't subscribe today, like someone else is going to say, think out of the box, and they're going to come back to this. They're going to say, hey, you know what? I learned something. I want to go back and subscribe to these guys.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.